Good evening, ladies and gents, Dolphin fans around the world. Just kidding. So this video is going to be going over some of the stuff about Odell Beckham and all the good stuff about him and the Dolphins and how they're trying to get him signed and why people think it's a bad idea, why I think it's a good idea. Me personally, I actually am okay with the idea. Okay, hear me out. All right. What is something that we have a lot of problems with in the season? Whether it's whether it's Tyreek, whether it's Waddle, whether it's Berrios, whether it's whatever. Just tell me what it is. I'll help you out. Dropping the ball. Right? Now, Odell isn't maybe the most explosive anymore. Or one of those crazy, look at me type dudes. He's not a wide receiver 1. But he's definitely wide receiver 2. And he's not far off of a 1, to be honest with you. But he's sure-handed almost. The man can catch dang near anything. And that's something that we've been needing a lot, right? Those key drops and everything that just keep screwing us. That can help that. Now, the biggest thing I see is we're not asking him to be a wide receiver 1. We're not even asking him to be a wide receiver 2. We're asking him to be a wide receiver 3, and he could be the best freaking person for that position. Okay, while everybody's focusing doubling up Tyreek, you got CB1, CB2 on him. You got CB3 on Waddle, and you got the safeties and maybe an extra cornerback in the coverage, whatever they could do. I'm not very knowledgeable on that scheme stuff back there, but I'm not going to lie to you. But the biggest thing is there's going to be a lot of sure-handed players on one team and superstars. People say the man fell off, right? And I want to address that. So, put into perspective. He's on the Rams. Anybody can argue this. If he never got hurt in that Super Bowl, he was going to be the Super Bowl MVP. He was going to be, okay? But he sadly got hurt, and he had to deal with that. So, just fast forward, he gets healthy. He ends up getting traded to the Ravens. It's simple math. All right, you're going to go from a guy who throws 300, 400 yards per game. He's thrown anywhere between 30 to 40 throws every single game. And you're getting their production. You're one of the top guys, as far as that goes. Now you get traded to the Ravens, where Lamar, people have their things. I wish everybody would kind of see what he really is. Is he bad? No. Is he elite? Somewhat at times. There's things he does that's like, wow, how the hell? No one else can really do it. So, in aspects, he is somewhat. But the biggest thing that I have a problem with is he doesn't throw very much. Can he? There's been times where he has flashed his cannon, and it's done pretty well. And it's kind of a funny term, but anyways, no diddy. But no, basically, what I'm trying to say is mathematics. All right, Stafford throws the ball more. He disperses it a lot more. He doesn't run a lot, so there's a lot more targets, a lot more yards, and everything for everybody to eat in that offense. But you got to remember, he was also not a wide receiver 1 on there either. You had Cooper Kupp, right? So, either way, Stafford, let's just do math. Stafford plus Odell equals, a good season. He goes to the Ravens. And if you want to put this in a down year, but I feel like that's not even a good way to put it. In a down year, he gets, what was it? I want to say it was 800 yards or something. It was a lower amount. It wasn't 1,000 yards. It was like anywhere between 5 to 800, I believe. I'd have to look. I could do the research if you guys would like me to start doing that. But I know what I'm talking about. It was in a few hundreds. It wasn't 1,000 yet. It was a little under. So, anyways, his production fell off. Or did it? Right? It fell off a little bit because guess what? Ravens don't throw the ball. Lamar isn't a Stafford as far as arm goes. So, of course, he's going to take a decline there. So his yards went down. But his ratio has been the best ratio that he's ever had. What do I mean by that? Okay. He had less targets than he usually does, but he's had good yards with those targets. So does that mean he fell off because he had less yards, or does that mean that he just is, dealing with the offense that just happened to not pass as much, and so he was subject to the lack of production due to the team, not really his skill. Like I said, I know he's not a wide receiver 1, but it'd be a really far stretch to say he's not at least a wide receiver 2 right now. And with the way his hands are, I think it'd be nasty to see Tyreek run routes, like I said, carrying 2 defenders, and you got Waddle carrying 1, and then who's going to cover Odell? And that man's going to eat in everything. He's going to eat all that in the slot, which that'd be crazy. You got Waddle on the outside, Hill on the outside, you got your speedsters. And then when they're wide open, you hit them. But if they're not, guess what? You got to look a little bit closer in, or middle of the field a little bit more. And Odell's wide open with a one-hand catch, or it could be pretty dynamic. People are kind of just pushing this washed narrative that is not quite representation of what he really is. Is he what he used to be due to injuries? No. His age as well doesn't help. But to say he's washed, that's a far stretch. I personally would think he fits a really good need that we need. Somebody sure-handed, somebody that people can also be a little bit afraid of as far as his production, what he can actually do. And a passing offense like the way we have, I think he would flourish. Definitely an upgrade to Berrios, only because, Berrios is fast. Berrios is, good, but his hands are a little suspect at times. Same with a lot of our guys. So I think that would sure up at least about, 2 or 3 more solid, maybe big-time catches that would help us win a game or 2. But that's just my personal idea on how I think it is. Downfall, bit of a diva at times. But, hey, we already got Tyreek. That man's in the news every offseason. Stupid stuff. He's going to learn one day, and, hopefully it comes without any kind of jail time or, whatever. Hopefully he smartens up a little bit. But, I wouldn't mind throwing Odell in here. And honestly, the vet, having a vet in there with Hill already, that's 2 vets. And you got Waddle, who is, he's on, second, third year. He's basically a vet at this point. It's pretty much as solid as it goes. The only downfall I can see is maybe some off the field stuff if things don't work out. But honestly, I don't see how it doesn't. But let me know what you guys think. That's kind of my spot on it. I think he would be a good pick to join our crew. He just needs to make sure that he keeps his idea of what he's going to do here a little bit lower, because at the end of the day, we are not going to be throwing him as many balls as he would think, and he's going to have to be okay with playing that third fiddle. That's the biggest thing. Maybe second if Waddle slips, but I don't see that happening. At the end of the day, if he wants a really good chance to get to the Super Bowl, I think that he has a really good odds if he comes to our Dolphins. We have a big window open if we could just take advantage of it. I don't see how, we can't make some damage in the playoffs, at least win our first playoff game in the last 30 years. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys have a great night. That was just my thoughts on that. I keep saying everything about Odell and the whole Tyreek thing. So, let me know if you guys think he'd be a good fit. And fins up. Have a good night. Talk to you guys soon.